Hello, everyone. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what's up, YouTube? Or anyone that's watching this. Not sure where I'm gonna post this video, but this is gonna be the start of my new channel that's gonna focus on my toy collection. I've been collecting toys, action figures mainly, or mostly, or completely, since I was, as far back as I can remember. I think I first started collecting them when I was in the fifth, no, actually longer than that. I want to say like third or second grade. I'm talking about in the 80s. So I've just always loved action figures. As a kid, I didn't really take good care of my action figures. Over the years, I was collecting. In high school, I was collecting a little bit. Graduated from high school, went to a technical school. I think I was still collecting a little bit. I was really heavy into the comics back then. And and I was into Marvel characters. Back in the 80s, when a toy company or when a toy company would make toys designated for boys, they were very, very reluctant to make a female action figure because they felt like little boys didn't want to play with a female action figure. So if you had like a TV series, one of my favorite TV series when I was younger was this show called Cops. It was Central Organization of Police Specialists. I loved that show, loved it. And I had like almost every action figure that came out for it. But on the TV show, they had two characters, actually about three. They had like three female characters that were shown. And like, I'm not going to say every episode, but they were very well known. I mean, when they did the little roll call at the end of the show, they always mentioned these characters' names. And it just sucked because when it came to the toys, we never got those characters. I think one of the characters' name was Mainframe. Another character was named Nightshade. Another character was named Misdemeanor. And I love those characters in the show. And I'm like, it wouldn't have not hurt me as being a boy going or getting my mom to take me to the Toys R Us and pick up Mainframe, pick up Nightshade, pick up Misdemeanor. So I went through all of that in my childhood with, collecting action figures and such, and never really getting a female action figure. Now, when it came to Marvel characters in the 90s, the mid 90s, late 90s or whatever, they got a little bit better with giving us female action figures. Like I remember I got a Storm action figure. I got a Rogue action figure. They weren't too bad, but it still was, they were greatly overshadowed by their male co-stars or whatever. And like it took forever. Like I remember I used to love the X-Men cartoon that came out. It took forever for them to come out with a Jubilee character. I mean, and even that character to this day, I don't think there's that many action figures of her, but I remember the show had went off the air, and I remember I went to a Toys R Us one day, and I just happened to see a Jubilee character. I was like, man, they finally got a Jubilee action figure. I hurry up and pick that joint up. Back in those days, the internet wasn't as useful as it is now. Everything is done over the internet now. Most of your purchases are done online now. But back in those days, back in the 90s, I wasn't ordering stuff off the internet like that. I mean, the internet was just getting started. So there was no Amazon.com back then. The only resources I had was, going to a Toys R Us or going to a KB Toys in the mall, or maybe going to a comic book store in which they would have a nice character, a nice female action figure or any kind of action figure. It didn't really have to be female. But, with their markup, I think maybe at the time I may have been like working my first job at Hardee's, making $4.25 an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I go to a comic book store and they got like, say they got the She-Hulk figure up here. This is one of the figures that I bought like over 10 years ago. They would have this figure that they know damn well they only paid about maybe $9 for, but they'll be asking for like $40 or $60 for that. And it's like, man, dude, I only made $4.25 an hour, man. I'm like, yo, I'm not buying that. You know what I'm saying? I still got girls I want to date. I ain't got time for be spending $60 on no daggone action figure. You know what I mean? So that's how it was back then. So, anyway, getting more to my point. I know I've rambled on for 6 minutes. I'm probably gonna edit some of this out. I stopped collecting action figures for about a good 10 years. I started, I guess if you want to say I grew up a little bit. I don't think I ever did, but I kind of lost interest in the collecting, hunting for the action figures. I stopped reading the comic books, and life happened. I just had other things I was focusing on. Recently, I started watching the Voltron series on Netflix, and watching that Voltron series, it got me to start reconnecting with that, wanting the action figure. So long story short, I wound up going online to see if they had any Voltron action figures, which they did, which I subsequently purchased, and I loved them. I sat up there on Amazon, and my whole mission was to see how many female action figures I could buy that were articulated, something that I would want to have in my collection, not just buying it for the sake of buying it, but something I was like, I would actually be entertained by this, posing it, moving it around, doing whatever I want to do with it. I mean, it's mine. And I was just amazed at what I bought. I spent a lot of money, and money I probably shouldn't have spent, but it was the holiday season, and I just felt like treating myself. So anyway, this is the point of this video. Is what I'm about to do is unheard of back in my days, back when I was a child in high school and, an adolescent collecting action figures. And the fact that I really wanted female action figures to go with my male action figures. And, this is, I just sat her here just to have something to look at in the, in this video. So I can just sit her off to the side. She gonna be the hostess. Welcome to the action figure 2018, about to be 2019, unveiling. I'm sorry, that voice was terrible. But anyway, let's go ahead on and open this up. I've already opened them up, but I just wanted to show on video how this is amazing to me. I mean, to you guys in the, that have grown up in this era, you know what I'm saying? You're probably used to it, but just being able to open up a box, of action figures, and you got nothing but female action figures that are cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got this Domino, cool as hell. Let's get it over there. What else we got in here? We got this Polaris, cool as hell. I mean, like I said, I'll do some reviews later. I'm pretty sure some of them may have quality assurance issues, but, but just cool. What else we got in here? What's this right here? Kind of wedged in there. Dazzler. Man, I remember I really wanted a Dazzler action figure back when I was collecting too. I was like, man, I want that. I'm trying to get in on that Daz. Cause I think her boyfriend was, I forget his name, Long Shot. And I remember I had a Long Shot action figure. I was like, man, it'd be cool as hell if I had a damn Dazzler to go with him. But, what else we got right here? We got Katana from the Suicide Squad. Now, looking at her, yeah, she maybe not the best sculpted female body in my opinion, but it works. It works for probably her attitude. She ain't exactly curvy like the rest of them, but it was good. Then I got this cool ass, and even though, like I said, I'm a Marvel fan, but I get in on my DC characters too. Now this daggone, who is this, Wonder Girl? I don't know anything about this character, but I'm like, man, if I had this action figure back in the days, man, I'd be like, man, I'm talking about like when I was a boy, this damn action figure would have been in my pocket everywhere I went to. My mom would have been like, I'm getting ready to go over your granny house. I'm like, I'm going to take my damn Wonder Girl with me. But, instead of Optimus Prime. But, I mean, but I'm just saying, I probably would still carry it around the Prime. But then I got this Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. I mean, and that's a good ass likeness to the actress from the movie. I don't know her name. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Yeah, I mean, this a good quality action figure. I mean, just look at that assortment. I'm sorry, I had the camera all low. Okay, maybe I can't get them all on the screen. Yeah, she gonna have to be in front of Katana. But look at that assortment, man. That's just one box. That's just one box. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna pause it for a sec. All right, here we go. Here we go in the next box. Let's open up this mammy jammy. Opening up what we got in here. What we got in the next box? Oh, we got Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Daughters of Thanos. This don't even say the name of the character on the box. But come on, man. Damn, look at that resemblance. That actually looks like Zoe Saldana, man. I got a Zoe Saldana toy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. I mean, that craftsmanship. I mean, like I said, I don't know how the figure is when I get it out of the box, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to suck completely. But look at that. Boom. Would have never had this back in the days. Who we got right here? Oh, we got her sister Nebula. Got Neb in the house. Nebula's in the house. I mean, just awesome. Awesome. I like the little hand. It's got some accessories. I'm gonna talk about these parts for another figure. These what they call build a figure. I'm gonna talk about that and how I kind of like don't like that, and I'll tell you why. Maybe in another review, but right now I'm just trying to talk about the action figures. And then we got this Storm. I mean, look at the face sculpt on that Storm. I mean, she really looks ethnic. And it's not like they made, like, you know, a Caucasian model and just molded her brown. I mean, she actually looks kind of ethnic. I like that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been a fan of the Mohawk Storm. I mean, I kind of like my women with a full head of hair. I mean, that's just me. I was born in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Where all the women had big hair. So, yeah, that's always been my thing. Gotta have some hair on your head. I'm sorry. This is how it gets down. But I like that Storm. I mean, look at all of them female action figures. And I know, like I said, if you are somebody who's been collecting for years, I mean, here recently, you probably got all these figures, so it's not that wowing to you, but it is to me. What else we got in here? I got characters I don't even know. I don't even know why they decided to put her in a bag. I don't feel like ripping that bag open, though. Not right now. But who we got here? I think this character's name is Mockingbird. I don't know why they don't put the names on the box. Yeah, what we got right here? It's on yeah, Mockingbird. I got that character too on the way. Hey, it ain't came in yet. I'll show that later. But got this Mockingbird, yo. Awesome, man. I'm like, and these are cool looking figures, dude. Got another build a character joint going on there. Talk about that a little bit later. But I mean, that is crazy, man. To have a box of action figures come in and they're all female, cool action figures. I mean, I can't get enough of it, man. I can't get enough. What else we got here? All right, check this out. This is what really got me right here. I mean, just when I opened this box, I think this was the first box that I opened that came in the mail. And, well, sitting on my doorstep. But when I opened this joint up and just, I was like, what? All of these hot female figures. I mean, I really ain't down too much with feminism in America, but I'm just like, yo, I'm loving my female figures though, man, all day. I'm like, yo, what do we got? I mean, when I just opened that box up, I was like, you would have never seen this 15 years ago. Being able to just, you know, order a box of female action figures and you not working at a damn comic book store or something like that, you know, where you got that kind of, you know, connections. I mean, I got the movie Wasp. I ain't even seen the movie yet. I bought the DVD. Still ain't even watched it. But you got this Wasp sitting there wasping it up. Got this character. I just bought it because I was like, I don't even know anything about a Gwenpool. But I was like, yep, it's a female character. Purchased it. I was like, dude, she got boobs? I see boobs. So I was like, yep, buying it. Y'all gonna think I'm a perv, but I'm just being real, man. I'm like, yo, that's that's what I like about my action figures. It's my collection for my whatever I feel like doing, which is nothing perverted. But anyway, I'm sorry. Got this songbird. You know what I'm saying? That's a cool looking figure. I have absolutely no idea what she does. Is she a villain? Is she a hero? I kind of think she's a hero. Maybe she's a reformed villain hero. I don't know. But come with a Build-A-Figure, somebody's arm. I think that's Thanos. But just awesome, man. Awesome. Awesome. Look at, I mean, just figures for days. Figures for days. Who we got on the second wave? I'm gonna pull this. Look at. Come on, man. We got Natasha Romanoff, the Black Wheezy. We got Black Wheezy sitting on a bike. She came with a bike. I mean, come on, man. What do you get? You getting play sets nowadays with cool figures, man. I'm like, that's awesome, man. I mean, I had to get that. When I seen that, I was like, yep, purchase. I think I did a one-click buy on that joint. What else we got in here? We got Cloak and Dagger. Well, I think this is Dagger. I ain't buy no cloak. I was like, nah, I don't want the cloak. I might get him anyway just to go with her, but I think she was like $10 and cloak was like $22. I was like, nope, I'm not buying that. So anyway, I'm sorry, man. I be kind of cheap on the prices, man. I be kind of cheap on the prices. Prices were serious, yo. So got the cloak. Look at that box art. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice looking character. I mean, might be able to hit that pose. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, man. Love it. Love it. Then I got Lady Deadpool. Now, I don't know if they just decided to make a Lady Deadpool. They was like, you know, let's get Wade Wilson boobs. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm kind of glad that they did. Because Wade, you got a nice bust size right there, brother. But, no, I'm just kidding. But no, this Lady Deadpool, man. I like, it's cool. Get a big old Sauron leg in the box. There they go with that build a character mess again. I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't like that in a minute. And then we got X-23. Looking nice with the claws. So she got the foot joints. Okay, she ain't got the toe claws on this. I saw another one. I ordered another one that got toe claws. But yeah, I thought it was cool how Professor Xavier explained the claws in that Logan movie, because I was like, when I first saw her on, I never really watch that cartoon, the X-Men, the new X-Men cartoon. I couldn't watch it, but so because I didn't watch it, I didn't know anything about her. But it was cool how he explained about, you know, the claws on the foot, females having claws on the foot as opposed to the males having predominant claws on their front hands or whatever you want to call that on the animal. But yo, awesome. Got some beast box art. Look at that box art. I mean that's the character. Like, you can make that happen. You know what I'm saying? You probably got to put a little bit of heat on them claws, because I'm pretty sure they bent up in this box. Yeah, especially that hand right there. Yeah, gonna do some heating on that. Get those straightened out. But just awesome, man. I'm just in awe at the fact that, you know, I was able to do something like this. I mean, just like, yo, just buy a bunch of female characters, you know, that look cool, and, you know, just do whatever with them, enjoy them, have a good time playing with them. But anyway, we're at 21 minutes, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to edit this out. But I just wanted to show that and everything. Where's She-Hulk at? She got lost. She-Hulk got lost in the sauce. She-Hulk. And I got some other characters. She-Hulk in the house. Stand on up there. Pull that foot down, so it ain't sticking up. She-Hulk's in the house. She-Hulk, I do not know where your box is. So you probably gonna have to be one of my loose figures. I try to keep all of my figures in the boxes now. And that's the other thing about these. I'm so glad they decided to, I don't know if the manufacturers listen to the fans or whatever, or if fans ever requested this, but I'm assuming a lot of other fans like myself would prefer to keep their action figures in the original packaging when they're storing them, instead of like putting them in a toy chest or something like that. So the thing about the packaging is, if you put it on a regular blister card package, what happens when you open it? That blister card is pretty much useless now. So putting them in these little boxes that, number one, don't take up that much space. I mean, look how many would actually fit into a box for delivery. You know, they don't take up that much space, and it's perfect for putting them back in once you're done with them. You know, that way you don't lose parts and everything. So I thought that was cool. But real quick, the reason why I don't really care for these Build-A-Figure things that they got going on, and they've been doing it for ever. I mean, because like I said, I got some back in like 2007. I think that was around about the last time I was buying figures. But I'm like, they force you to buy every figure in the set in order to build that figure. And if you don't buy every figure in the set, then you just got wasted parts in your collection. Like, if I don't get, like, just looking at this one, if I don't get, let's look at the back of the box. If I don't get Cable, now Cable, I would probably want to get. Marvel's Paladin. Now, who in the hell is Paladin? I have no idea. He looked like a henchman. I don't want to buy this dude. Then they got a gray Deadpool. I'm like, nah, I'm kind of meh on that. Now, I probably would get Deathlock because I remember him from back in the days, and I probably would want a refreshed character because I think I own a Deathlock. A Deathlock. But in order to get this Sasquatch, I got to buy at least 2 characters I definitely don't really plan on buying, which is this Paladin and this gray Deadpool. I mean, now I wouldn't mind getting the first Deadpool, you know what I'm saying, since he's red, but I'm like, I don't want the gray one. I'm like, Deadpool he's not commonly seen in gray. I mean, I don't follow the comic book that much or at all. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. You get these Build-A-Figures, and if you just get 1 figure or 2 figures, like out of this, I mean, I'm pretty fine with just getting the X-23 and the Domino figure, which I got. I think Domino's in the back there. Where Dom, where you at? Yeah, she back there somewhere. I don't feel like looking for her. But, you know, that's why I don't like to Build-A-Figure. I mean, then you might not even want you might not even want the figure they talking about building. Like, I wouldn't mind having a Sasquatch. But who is this right here on the back of her joint? Like, who is this guy? What is this? SP/DR? Is this some sort of robot Spider-Man joke? I don't want this character. So now I got this dagger with his big ass torso. You know what I'm saying? Like why, man? I don't want to build a figure. They should sell like 1 character by themselves and 1 character with the Build-A-Figure. Cause I'm like, I don't want to build that figure. So now I'm just stuck with his torso in my box. I mean, I think, you know, I think Hasbro or whoever makes these toys, I think they use that as a marketing tactic to get people to buy all of the toys, because they know, okay, people might just want to buy that Songbird, or they might just want that Nebula or that Gwenpool. But in order, you know, to make them buy the other characters within the series, we gonna put Build-A-Figure parts in there, so they're gonna be compelled to buying them joints. Well, I'm not chasing that carrot. I'm not gonna do it. So I probably will do it on a couple of them, but not all of them. So, but anyway, but thanks for watching. Sorry I rambled on for almost a half hour, and we're gonna holler at y'all in the next video. Peace and a bye-bye. Later.